Welcome back to Let's Play DDO Permadeath, part 33. So, I have made a start on the level 5 quest now. I did 2 Tobias in the last video, and I'm going to do the fire caves chain in this video. Level 5, the level 5 quest, that is, probably my one of my favourite bits of the game. There's a lot of different content at level 5, lots of choice of quests to do. And I guess there's 3 main things. There's Barrel Cove, there's Necropolis 1, and the Carnival Chain, all of which are quite different, and all quite interesting. My game plan for level 5 at the moment is to try and do as many of the things that I think I can do on Elite first, before breaking my Elite streak and dropping down to hard. Because there is definitely a bunch of stuff at level 5 that I don't normally do Elite. Particularly Necro 1, and also probably the whole Carnival Chain. I guess the Snitch might be possible on Elite, but I certainly wouldn't want to try party crashes on Elite. Not solo at level anyway. I may speed up this bit of video. Okay.
The Lady Luck met a hurricane, and there her luck ran out.
I'm choosing to go the long way around to the quest here, of course. It is for a moment there I thought a red-named dog was attacking me. I obviously just missed it at a glance. That confused me. Yeah, I'm choosing to go the long way around rather than through the Orc camp. The Orc camp being a really difficult fight. And I'm very definitely avoiding drawing any aggro from the Orc camp here. It's perfectly possible to die in this spot. It looks innocent enough, but it's quite possible if you aggro the guys in the camp over there to suddenly have a whole load of aggro descend on you. I don't think I have died in this spot, but I've come close. Admittedly, I probably came close due to other party members pulling aggro unwisely, rather than anything I was doing. So I'm starting to work through the level 5s here, and the Barrel Cove ones are Barrel Cove ones are the ones the most amenable to doing on Elite. say Necro 1 and Carnival I won't attempt, so I will probably manage most of the Free Barrel Cove ones on Elite, though I did two-toed Tobias on Elite for the previous video. And this particular chain is not one I normally do on Elite, but this guy seems well able to handle it, I would say. Although clearly flame turret's not going to be a lot of use for the fire guys in here. So that part may be tough. Alright, and to the quest with full hit points and spell points.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
The main danger in here, though, although the fire problem is clearly a problem, the main danger will be the ogres. The triple swing is very dangerous.
The air here is hot and stinks of brimstone. Vile fumes sting your eyes.
I need my pet for a, well, whatever you call a meat shield that isn't meaty. And fire resistance has got to be useful in here. I think there's oozes down this passage somewhere. The type of flame turret doesn't touch well. Yeah, bringing more fire to fire caves doesn't seem like a great plan.
From beyond the door come low, chanting voices and a disturbing feeling like something stirring deep within the earth.
Well, I can hold these guys one at a time. Flame turret will work for these guys as well, of course. I'm not normally so cautious in this fight, but I don't think I may never have done this quest Elite before. Yeah, that's a good point actually. I don't think I've ever done this one Elite before. Free Barrel Cove isn't massively popular as a quest chain. When the guild comes out here, it's usually me leading the groups, since I'm one of the people in the guild that most likes to do...
High above the lake of magma, you sense something unholy and foul.
That most likes to do unusual quests. I try and do every quest, which a lot of people don't try. Yeah, that's interesting. That was close. Yeah, sneaking was a bit risky against those guys. It slowed me down. And casting the spell also slowed me down, which was nearly a bad combination. I also nearly ran off the edge into the lava there, which might even be fatal given its elite.
The altar of the dragon below lies ahead, humming with evil power.
Alright, then this bit will be a little difficult. My pet may have an easier time targeting these guys than I do. I suppose the advantage relative to a melee guy is I can stand back, but this is a great fight for cleave and two-handed fighting, and not a great fight for single target damage. I do have a cold repeating crossbow though, so that will damage these guys fast.
As the first altar crumbles down below.
That was better than I expected. Still no featherfall on this character, other than the clicky. So I have to walk all the way down here. Whoops, looks like I forgot to clean out my inventory. This is also my first serious use of the stone skin wand, I guess. I did try it in the depths chain, if I remember right, but it wasn't very useful then. Whereas it would be life-saving here, potentially. My spell resistance ring coming in handy there. Damn it, my pet decided to stand in the lava for a bit there. I suppose at least that gives me the answer to one of my questions, which was how much was the other things damage me for. Apparently even on Elite it's only hitting for maybe 50 hit points a tick, 30 once you take out the resists, which is manageable. I don't have to worry about dipping my toe in. I do have to worry about this guy's fireball.
A second altar rests at the end of this cavern. Its power makes bile rise in your throat.
Well, I managed to dodge quite a few of the fireballs there. Although I probably killed him slower as a result. I think it was still a net win when we're jumping around. This one's could be much harder. I guess I just stand back. I prefer to be on the level with it though. That way my shots won't pass over the heads of any of the methods.
The second altar breaks. You feel a faint tremor below your feet. The dragon stirs.
They're actually spawning on me and not on the altar. They could just be my spot is really bad and I'm not seeing them until they are right on top of me. I guess that's probably it. This is a nicely designed quest, this one. It's a pity it's a little too easy. Because the actual graphic design of it is very nice. Oh, really? No, just opens. Fair enough. Oh, it's the other one that you lockpick. Okay. I don't think I've actually used even a point of
The air
stairs
grows
yet.
more stifling, the sulphurous stench more nauseating. The heart of the mountain lies ahead.
But it is still worth having for safety. Sorry, just a moment. to aggression already, that's good. And open locked on a 1. Very nice. I don't think there are any more fire elementals in this one, so I don't need to swap spells right now. I'm only coming down this way to try and get myself up to Conquest. Alright, enough down that fork, I will go the other way now. Yes, we're doing the free Barrel Cove quest Elite and then doing Necro 1 and hopefully Carnival on hard. Then I should get to level 8 very fast, but hopefully I will have maxed out the XP cap at level 7. I've done almost all of level 8 before I take level 8, which is usually the case after doing the level 5 quests. Yeah, when we're doing a bravery streak like this. What is my pet going to do when I jump over here? Well, he didn't jump off and die. Yes. Yes, they fixed some of the blockiness in this room where you can't quite move where it looks like you can move, but not all of it. I don't fancy getting dropped in
a howl reaches you from across the chasm. Make Murug, High Shaman of the Dragon Below, thunders with rage.
The worst thing with this guy is the searing light, but since I've got range damage, this will be an easy fight.
As Make Murug falls, he shouts something in an eldritch language. The stones echo his words, then are still.
Yes, that guy is tough if you pick a fight with him without having the range damage, while you're still out on the ledges there, working your way across. The steering light hurts. But with range damage you can just dodge out of the way, it's pretty easy. Meanwhile, back to my inventory problems. Alright, I have conquest. Which makes this nice and easy.
Third altar collapses, and the dark presence seems to lift from the caves. The dragon below's power is broken.
And I assume those methods can't even get up here.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
Alright, so I'm going to clear out my inventory. Be right back. Alright, I've sorted out my inventory problems there. I also did a couple of other important housekeeping tasks. I realised I was up to 4 action points unspent, so I have spent those now. I'm gaining +1 point of intelligence, I think was the main thing I got there, and a couple of minor upgrades for my pet. Also, I have now fixed my pet's enhancements, so I'd forgotten to get his enhancements back after lesser reincarnating this guy. Which was done. That was why he hadn't been breaking boxes when I was in Two-Toed. So, you will have noticed, of course, when I was playing part 1 there, I had to pause to re-invite someone to the guild. Obviously it's a hazard of playing in a Permadeath guild that people are dying all the time and have to delete their characters and re-roll. So we do a lot of re-inviting people to the guild at level 1, or level 4 for people who have vet stats. And it was a long-time member of the guild that I re-invited just now, called Bab, and he asked to say hi, so I have now said hi on his behalf on the video. He now has to watch the whole video, of course, to verify that I actually did that. Anyway, I am going back to part 2 of the chain, but I thought I'd look for a few of the rares on it. Although there are quite a lot of rares in Free Barrel, I usually have pretty good luck at getting all of the rares. Certainly the last guy I soloed through here did everything. Alright, fire not working on those guys. Let's try cold. Hey, the rare is here. This is quite a big fight if you pull everybody at once, but there's no need to. One of the ways you can tell you've moved up the power curve is that the dogs are now dying very easily, whereas back at level 2 they were one of the most dangerous enemies. That guy was pretty bad at healing himself. Was he casting Cure Light? Whatever it wasn't helping him much. Those guys immune to fire and cold. It seems unfair of them. Okay. Only one of the free rares that I was looking for, but it's better than nothing, I guess.
The Lady Luck met a hurricane, and there her luck ran out.
So the other thing I did in preparation for part 2 was to switch in protection from element again. I don't generally carry protection from elements for most quests when I have resist energy up to 20, since resist energy is a lot more spell point effective if you're taking just a lot of damage steadily with a given type. but the fire elementals will be a bit scary in this part, so I figure it's worth having. You can see here how it's pretty easy to pull a whole bunch of aggro if you do the wrong thing and encourage it. In fact, I'm going to park my pet up here in case he decides to do something stupid. Speaking of which, so when you shrine and your pet is set to defend a given spot, it respawns by you and then runs back to the spot you told it to defend. Okay. Yes, I was maybe being a little too stingy with the spell points there. Deciding not to cast fire resist for those two, but the explorer area, of course, is in scout for elites, so the enemies are trivial in comparison with the quest. I'm not at all likely to be short of spell points inside, but spell points are less
Heat and
cheap to
steam
replace
rise from the cave
than
entrance
hit points.
before you.
Alright. Did I find a new way to bug out my pet? Because that would be unfortunate. Of course, I took level 7 at the same time as Lesser Reincarnating, so I dropped all of the pre-arranged spells on my key combinations. And since I hadn't swapped this spell back in at level 7, I don't have them set up now. There we go. Yes,
Where before the caves were merely hot, now they are sweltering. The air itself seems on the verge of catching fire.
The resist spells and protection spells are ones that I keep on key combinations, so I can always drop them in a hurry in the middle of a fight if I suddenly decide I need fire resists, which does happen sometimes. guys were throwing out a lot of fire damage. Casting protection from energy fire is going to be cheaper than casting it for sure.
The voices of the ogres are silenced, but now there is something even more ominous. An old and mighty anger you can feel through the door.
There isn't a lot of damage in here other than fire. And it is for sure worth keeping, I certainly consider it well worth keeping fire and cold weapons on hand on all my characters. There's so many enemies that take double damage from one or the other. The payoff for having a cold weapon in here is clearly huge. This part of the chain, part 2, is usually the easier part compared to part 1. But this for sure is easier with evasion, which I don't have. And it's also easier on a character with either
The grinding of
cleave
stones and
or...
the crackle of flame fill the air. In the haze, things seem to move that have no right to.
It's much easier with either evasion or with cleave or two-handed fighting. So you get... you get the ability to just cleave through groups of environment.
The elemental collapses as the spirit returns to its own plane.
Right, good job, dog. You kept the Mephis distracted while I got the hits in on the fire elemental. That seems like a reasonable tactic. I don't have to come up here this time. I forgot about that. Although I would have done for the collectible anyway, I guess. That's a pretty decent sword. Let's my hands casting fireball. Alright, park my pet again here since he can't navigate these lava pools well. Yes, without evasion or cleave, this quest is more worrying. perhaps especially on a ranged guy, since you can't just loop around the fire elementals.
Again, you have triumphed over the elementals. Make more of summer. Only one remains. Another elemental lurks ahead, watching you with eyes that smolder like dying stars.
And those little lava pits in the sides of the passages here make it more dangerous to kite guys around like that. Finally, a better power item that doesn't require a suit of armor. That is very helpful. Don't know why I'm using my wand up really, there's loads of shrines in this one. I guess again I want to go down this side first, in the hope of getting to Conquest. Alright, we can probably go down the other way now. Quest is definitely good for Method Exterminator. Alright, I have Conquest. Well, plus 4 accuracy item, that's not bad. That's very good. In fact, that's an immediate upgrade. The plus 3 spot hasn't really been helping me anyway, so... And all I was wearing was the Corphos goggles there.
Waves of baking heat wash up from Hunter, and with them a hate so pure it seems almost physical. The last elemental awaits.
That fight got a little tricky. In fact, both of those last 2 elemental fights were surprisingly tricky. I'm used to being able to wade in and just do a lot of close-up damage. And the targeting on this guy is not great for the crowds of methods since they swarm around you. Still, got it done on Elite, which I didn't think I've done before, not in a small group anyway. And yep, got it done. And never in serious danger, so that's good.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
It would have been better tactics, though, to go down the other way to the fire elemental, rather than dropping down. That way I would have had my pet with me. I'll just grab my end reward here, and then that'll be the end of this for this time. I can't remember if there's a rune arm available from any of the quests out here. I guess if there was, this would be the most likely one, since it's the only chain. I could still really use a rune arm. Clearly not getting it here, though. That's a straightforward and really useful upgrade, though. The loot out here has been much better since they updated it. And there's nothing even close to as good as that here. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.